Welcome to the Truth or Die podcast, where we tell the truth as if our life depends on it, because we believe it does.
This is not a normal podcast. It's a movement. It's not entertainment. It's a wake-up call.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Truth or Die podcast. My name is Robyn, and we are doing round 2 today with the beautiful
Tiana.
We are so stoked that she's back for round 2, and so many of you guys asked for this video. We've decided to do a bit of a Q&A as a follow-up from the previous episode. If you haven't seen it, please go and watch it for context of this episode.
Yeah.
We helped so many people with that episode, and I'm really, really proud of it. And we got a bunch of questions. Tiana and I both put up question boxes on our stories on Instagram, and some of the questions were not really relevant, so I haven't added them. But if you really want to know the answers to those, I'm sure you can reach out to Tiana and ask her. But a lot of the questions were actually all the same. So I compiled them all, and there was a lot of really kind words of encouragement and just how proud we all are of you, Tiana.
Thank you. No, I just want to quickly say thank you to everyone. And I mean literally everyone that reached out to me after that podcast got released and supported me, said that my story helped and all that kind of stuff. We all know that I was very overwhelmed for it, but I think this time round I'm more so just excited because I love Robyn and I love Zach, and I'm just really grateful to be on this podcast.
Yeah, awesome. And you know, when Tiana came and did that first episode, that was at the beginning of January, and now it's the beginning of February.
Yeah.
Tiana's had a lot of growth since then. She's now how many days?
I'm 50
sober?
days sober off all alcohol and drugs.
Yeah. So we're really, really proud of her, and we're so excited to have her back. But we're just going to jump straight into it and get straight to the questions.
Yeah. And just for reference, I said to Robyn, do not tell me any of the questions. I don't want to know. So yeah, let's see how this goes.
All right.
Oh no.
So some of these questions are directed just to Tiana. Some of them weren't necessarily directed to me, but I do have a lot to say about some of them. So I will be putting my 2 cents in as well. I hope that's okay. But without further ado, question 1 is, how young were you when you first got into crime?
To be honest with you guys, I didn't really pick up crime until I was like 17. I mean, like I was stealing from a very young age, but if we're talking like more the heavy stuff, it was when I was with my ex, 17. I wasn't a criminal. I didn't do all that kind of stuff. I think it was just more like the product of the environment that I was in, and that's why I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Question number 2. Do you ever feel bad for your ex?
No.
Yeah, no.
Well,
It's so hard, hey.
Some days I get really like, do I regret reporting him and him being in a jail cell right now? Or like, is he okay? Because when I was in the relationship with my ex, all I would hear about is I hate jail. I never want to go back to jail. Like, jail is my worst enemy. And like, some days I do think to myself, oh no, like that empath side kicks in, and I'm like, oh, like what have I done? And my brain forgets what he did to me, and I'm like, oh crap, have I like put him in a place because, like he hates being in there. But to summarize, no, but the empath side of me sometimes, yeah.
At the end of the day, like he did what he did, and it was illegal and wrong morally and spiritually and in every way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I fully understand sometimes feeling guilty. I feel guilty sometimes, not having my youngest daughter's dad in her life and actively keeping him out of it because I know that he's a POS.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is, and I know that it's the right thing to do at the end of the day.
Exactly.
So, number 3 is, how did you finally leave?
Guys, all the time I have women message me going, Tiana, how did you leave the relationship? I'm struggling to do it myself. And let me tell you now, I still don't know to this day. I made a promise with a older friend when I was in the relationship, and I said to them, like, this is what's going on. And she like said to me, I want you to promise me if this happens again, like you have to leave. And I kept that promise. And to be honest with you, like, I think if it wasn't for that promise, I wouldn't have left. Like, I actually don't know how to explain it. I don't know how I left, but I got out. I like, something inside of me just snapped. I was like, I'm done. I deserve more and I want a better life. And I had to run with that. And it was so scary running with it because I didn't know a life without him, but I did it and I wouldn't be here today. I don't even know if I'd be alive, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's the scary part is, you know, knowing that if you didn't, you have no idea where you would be or even if you would still be here.
Yeah.
But I totally understand like why people would want to know like how you leave. Like for me, when I left both of my abusive situations, it was a matter of if I don't get out, either they are going to take my life or I'm going to take my life. And I deserve to be here. There's no world that I can envision where I would be able to live with or be on the other side with the fact that I'm not here for my mum and I'm not here for my sisters and I'm not here for my children, and that there's just so much more to life than the situation that you're in.
Yeah, I will say, even after we broke up, I hate it, but it was kind of true and relevant to my situation. The only reason like I'm completely cut off from my ex now is because I went back until I hated the situation. And I'm not saying go do that, but that's what I did. Like even after we broke up, we still had phone calls here and there, and I properly cut him off. I think it was like middle of August. There was one phone call, and it was just that it was that one and done. I was like, oh my God, no, like I see the evil in you now. And it just went from there, you know, because like even after the breakup, all I wanted was him. I may have put my foot down for the actual relationship to physically end, but there was still that emotional attachment, you know, and that's fucking difficult to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Question 4 is, has Tiana or yourself ever struggled with self-harm? If so, how did you get through it?
You can go first.
Okay. Yes, I have struggled with self-harm. Mostly, you know, when I was 25, I think it was, I actually was so deeply, deeply depressed that I did try to take my own life. It wasn't a full-on attempt to the point where I had to like be resuscitated, but I was standing in my bathroom with a handful of pills that I knew would kill me if I took too many of them. And I just sat there with them in my hand, staring at them for over an hour. And, you know, going back and forth from like, psyching myself up to do it. And then eventually, you know, I look back now and I personally feel like it was the voice of God saying, don't do this. And I threw them in the toilet, flushed them down the toilet, and called my mum and ended up being admitted to the psych ward. But there was a lot of things leading up to that. You know, I had an eating disorder. That's a form of self-harm. I was addicted to marijuana for years, and I was constantly isolating myself and pushing friends away and getting into relationships that I knew were bad for me because I didn't believe that I deserved any better. I thought I was a piece of shit, basically. And to me, that's self-harm. I think that there's all different modalities of self-harm. I don't think that there's just one, you know, cutting yourself and stuff like that. I feel like it's such a big umbrella of terms. But I definitely struggled with it, and it just got easier to not do over time. Sometimes I still struggle, you know, with isolating myself and stuff like that, and keeping friendships and stuff like that aren't good for me. And I know that they're not good for me just because I don't want to be lonely. But I promise you that it's not going to solve your problems. Yeah. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah.
And I'm really sorry you went through that. I'm learning new things about Robyn every single day, to be honest with you guys.
That was a real, some of my followers would remember that time in my life because I vlogged it.
Yeah. As you do.
As you do.
Yeah.
When I was in the psych ward, and that 2-day experience because it was a voluntary thing. I could leave whenever I wanted. That was when I got formally diagnosed with BPD, which I don't really think I do. I think it was just undiagnosed ADHD. That experience being in the psych ward with people who actually desperately needed psychological help, not that I didn't need it, but was such an eye-opening experience for me.
Yeah.
It made me realize that my situation wasn't as bad as I'd convinced myself that it was.
Right.
So when I left the psych ward, I was like, there was absolutely no reason for me to be standing over the toilet with those pills. Like a lot of people say don't compare yourself, but when I was in that psych ward and I was talking to some of the women that were in there, I was like, wow, my situation really isn't that bad. Like there are people out there who are doing it so much worse. And I know that sounds bad, but it was just the truth for me.
Yeah.
And it was an eye-opener and it made me realize that, you know, there's so much more to life. And my problems that I was having at the time were self-inflicted and were not as bad as my brain was making them out to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about you?
I'm really nervous to answer this because, like, I don't really talk about, like, self-harm on my page because it's just something I don't think I've really ever dealt with. Obviously, I've self-harmed with drugs. Me using drugs is a slow suicide, and that's just fact. But I don't know, I was actually surprised that this question came up because the other day, like, a Snapchat memory came back in my camera roll and it was, like, me and my scars. And, like, when I was, like, 15, 16 and 17, I used to, like, cut my wrists really bad. That's actually why I have this, like, I have a tattoo on my wrist and underneath it is scars that I've been healing with bio oil, but I don't know, I don't do it anymore. Like, I think about it, I'm not going to lie to you, but I just know that I'm not, like, I'm worth more than a blade in my wrist, you know? And it's been really hard trying to find other coping mechanisms, you know, because, like, it's, I don't know, especially after going through everything that I did with drugs, crime, that whole, like, 18 months of my life, I've come out of it in some ways numb. And, like, I know that I used to self-harm because I literally could not feel anything and it was really difficult. But yeah, I don't really self-harm these days. I think the most I battle with is, like, my eating disorders. Like, I'll starve myself until I faint just to feel something. And, like, I'm not encouraging that whatsoever. It's just my story, unfortunately. But I think the thing that really keeps me going is the fact that, like, I know that the difference between 16-year-old Tiana and 19-year-old Tiana is that these days I'm trying to find active ways to heal those, like, coping mechanisms because I don't want to be like that forever and I don't want to pass it down to my kids and stuff like that. But yeah, please, if you are self-harming or anything like that, please reach out. You are worth so much more than a blade, a drug, or anything like that.
Yeah, 100%. It's yeah, I had friends when I was a teenager that had scars all up and down their arms and legs and stuff like that. And it's something that I tried once and never tried it again because it's just, the act in itself is traumatizing. And then you keep re-traumatizing yourself because you want to feel something. And it's just this, it's like addiction. Yeah. It's a cycle. You get addicted to, you know, the trauma of it all. It's really twisted. And I'm really sorry if you're going through this right now. Like Tiana said, reach out and talk to someone.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a really heavy question.
I know.
Sorry. Tips on how to drop a friend without causing drama.
You go first. I'm still learning.
Okay. So in my 30 years, I have had many friendship breakups and honestly, what I've learned over the years is the best way, if you decide I don't want to be friends with this person anymore, you do not have to announce your departure at all. You can just simply choose to stop replying. You can simply choose to block them. You don't have to say anything. You can just make a choice and walk away. That is the best way to do it without causing drama. You don't have to explain yourself to anybody. This is your life and you get to decide who sits at your table and who doesn't. That doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It just means that you value protecting your peace over protecting theirs.
Yeah. Look. I don't think I've ever had a friendship that hasn't led to drama. I'm going to correct myself. It's only been recently that I've been fixing on it. But my whole teenage life, man, it's just been drama. And there's still a lot of resentment I hold to certain people for friendships that haven't ended. But I really agree with what you say. I aspire to what you say. I think for me these days, I don't know, I keep my friendship circle very small because I actually don't like who I become when friendships end. I'm very clingy, very coy, and my walls are up. And I'm learning as a person that I can't expect everything that I offer in somebody else, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. You know, I've got a lot of trauma around friendships, but I think, I don't know, actually. Like, I have one really good friend, Chloe. You guys probably know who she is because I post her all the time. And I don't know what I would do if our friendship ended, you know, but I'm like learning through you and her and a few older people in my life on how to actually navigate that. Yeah. So I'm a bit stumped on this question, guys. I don't want friendships to be drama anymore, but I'm learning, and it's okay to learn and kind of ask people if you don't know, you know.
I think it's really important for me to add as well that it's taken me a long time to get here. Yeah. If you had asked me the same question maybe 3 years ago, I would have said burn their house down and slash their tires. But
yeah, I'm still there.
I am not that person anymore. It takes a lot of work and a lot of growth, but it is possible. If you're, you know, having a friendship issues right now and you're not sure how to fix it, or even if you want to fix it, just stop replying. Like,
can I say one thing? One thing that I know helps me in my situations is also seeing the part that I play. Mm-hmm. As much as that hurts and it sucks, being victim 24/7 is not going to get you anywhere, you know? Like, being able to – actually, I'm going to say one quick thing. I had a small conflict with a close friend, not Chloe, recently, and I tried something new, which was sitting down, expressing that, like, I'm overwhelmed and saying how I feel, and then asking them what's going on for them, you know, and I had to be willing to listen to them. If I am going into this conflict hot-headed and closed-minded, it's going to go nowhere. So, you know, maybe try saying, hey, like, I either need space or do you need space? Even as scary as that is, in case they don't come back. But if they're a good friend, they will, and they will understand. But if you're a teenager and you're trying to navigate friendships like this, maybe try that. I feel like that would have saved me when I was younger a little bit, but teenagers also have raging hormones.
Yeah. And I think it's really important to understand as well is that friendships do come and go.
Oh, yeah.
They do. You won't have the same friends that you have now in 5 years. You might have one or two of them, but then you'll have new friends as well. Like,
yeah.
The chances of you having the exact same friends as you do right now in 20 years' time, very rare.
Yeah.
Very rare. So get comfortable with the fact that friendships come and go and that they also evolve, and sometimes they evolve away from each other.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
It hurts, but it's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Advice for someone struggling with mental flashbacks of a DV relationship.
You go first.
Okay. I'll just answer first.
Yeah.
It gets easier over time. You just need time, and safe people, and understanding that, like, what the actual trigger is. Is it the place? Is it a smell? Is it a feeling? Is it a specific person? Like, don't necessarily avoid it, but give yourself grace and time to get used to it again. I know that, you know, the Sunshine Coast specifically, I used to not be able to drive down a specific road and under a specific bridge without my body going completely numb and me dissociating for the next hour and a half. I would this was back when I was still smoking a lot of weed.
Mm.
I would, if I knew I had to drive down that road, I would purposely get high.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to deal with that. But I guess what I'm trying to say is like I said, find someone safe. Don't avoid the area, but give yourself time to, get used to it again. And it's like exposure therapy.
Yeah, I was
as
just
well.
thinking that.
Like I can drive down that road now and it's like not even a thought behind my eyes, you know? And it's been 5 years since the incident happened at that place, and it's gotten easier every time I've gone down that road. So just exposure therapy and actual therapy as well. That will help. I have not admittedly been to therapy about any of it, and I probably should. But yeah.
Well, I'm still learning. I think this is my second time being in Queensland now since like my relationship ended, and like the first time coming here, like in December, it was really difficult. I was triggered. Everywhere we went, a memory that I had subconsciously pushed down. I think this time round, I think it's been easier. The exposure therapy has definitely helped, and just, I don't know, having my close, trusted people, which isn't many, but it's enough for me that I can even just be like, hey, look, I'm triggered. Can I have a hug? Or I don't want to talk about this right now, but I just want to let you know what's going on. Because me not getting it off my chest made me go insane, like doubting, like the what ifs and all that kind of stuff. So just being able to have somebody to just check in with when these things come up is awesome, and it saved me a lot. Like I had a massive panic attack yesterday, and I really thought I was having a heart attack. Like it was my first like panic attack that crept up on me. Like my body cramped up, like I was sweaty palms. I was violently pooping. Like it was a lot.
Sorry.
Like I was calling random people being like, hey guys, like I think I'm going to die right now. And like I had Chloe by my side. I had a few other friends by my side. I called the ambulance. Like I was really, really scared. And I think reflecting back on it now, it might have been my body catching up to me, you know? I just wasn't expecting it. But I feel like, I don't know, I was really grateful that I had my good friends around me that were able to sit there and just like let me feel what I was feeling, you know? I was going through these waves of like crying and then being paralyzed and then crying again. But I just think, I don't know, I went through a massive phase of disassociation. I think I do go through that still sometimes, where I feel like I'm in a dream and somebody needs to pinch me to wake up. But like it just, all the cycles are normal. Derealization, disassociation, fixating over it, not fixating over it, pushing it down. It's just healing doesn't have a time limit on it or how to do it, but just letting yourself and giving yourself the grace of God to do it really freaking helps.
Yeah. And like I feel like moving through it instead of
sitting in it.
Trying to run away from it as well. Like the more you run away from it, the more it's going to chase you.
Yeah.
You know? If you move through it, like you said, with your safe people and give yourself grace with exposure therapy, like it gets easier. It does.
Yeah, I tried running away from it through drugs and alcohol, and it just sent me back. It sent me back so much. And it's only been these last 50 days that I've really had that growth. Like I feel like my platform's seen it happen as well. So like if you're an addict and you're watching this and you think that a drug or drink is going to help you get through this, it's not. I promise you. I can promise you that, you know, like putting yourself forward and stepping into recovery will benefit you so much more, because you're not numb for the first time in your life, and it's really difficult to deal with it, but it's so worth it.
Yeah.
So worth it.
Yeah, 100%. Next question is, what is the biggest piece of advice you could give the younger generation to be the best they can be?
Oh my gosh.
Don't do drugs.
Yeah, don't do drugs. I don't know. Can I think about this for a second?
Yeah. I'll go. So for me, I feel like the best advice I could give is worry about yourself. And I know that seems so simple, but it's true. Like if you focus on you and becoming the best version of you, you are able to fill up your cup and then pour that out into everybody around you. If you're so fixated on, you know, doing this because, you know, this person says it's cool and I want to impress this person or I want to impress that person, you're going to end up being somebody that you don't like. So if you just focus on the things that you like, your people will find you and you will be the best version of yourself. Don't try and follow trends or anything like that. Just be you authentically. It doesn't matter if people think it's weird. Who cares? We live on a floating rock in space. It's not that deep.
I think just telling my younger self or just the younger generation, like you're going to be okay. Like, you're going to be okay. Let me give you a hug. You know, like that's really all it is, because like, oh my gosh, do I have the biggest fear, and I'm going through this epiphany right now that like you only literally get one life, and then when you die, whatever you believe in, that's where you go. And like, I wish that I didn't spend so much of my younger time fixated on diets, what I looked like, the parties, who my friends were, you know, making groups on Snapchat, sorting it out, all that kind of stuff, fighting for one-sided friendships. And like, just if I could put more energy into my younger self, man, I'd be so much further than where I am right now. But it's okay because I didn't know that, you know, and just I think one thing that I really do today that I wish I did when I was younger is actually taking into account what people older than me were saying. Like, I look up to Robyn, I look up to Chloe, I look up to a few other older people in my life, and I actually absorb the information that they're telling me now because I just want to be the best version of myself. But I don't follow exactly what they're doing, you know, I just take bits and bobs because we're all humans living on this earth for the first time, and I only know information because I learnt it from someone else. Robyn only knows because she learnt it from someone else. We're all learning from each other, you know, just do whatever feels right, period.
Yeah, love that. Would you ever start your own podcast?
We were talking about this earlier. Yeah.
Tiana loves the sound of her own voice.
I really do. And I think you guys know that. I really want to, but I'm really nervous because, number one, can't financially afford it, but like that's a whole separate issue. Number two, I'm in this place in my life where I'm really learning to navigate, you know, like I'm just like my TAFE course has started, going to the gym, like I'm just building my life up again, you know, and I want to do a podcast so badly, but I don't know, if I'm nervous, I'm scared, and I don't know what to talk about and all that kind of stuff. But like, if you guys want me to do one, let me know. Maybe drop some ideas in the comments section, and maybe like that's definitely on my 2026 bucket list. It just might be towards the end of 2026. Yeah. I just want to prioritize myself first because I don't want to be saying stuff on a podcast and then look back 5 years from now and regret what I've said. Yeah. That's me being honest. Yeah. Like, I just want to make sure that I'm in the mental like headspace to be honest and accurate and just authentic.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's perfect. Yeah. I think that you would be a great podcast host. I would love to see you like unpacking tea.
Yeah. Yeah, we can talk shit, guys. Hit me up. Let me know in the comments as well if you want to be on my podcast, if I was to do one. Yeah.
How are you feeling about having shared your story more?
Anxious. I texted Robyn right before this podcast came out. I was like, Robyn, I'm freaking out. Like, I'm really nervous. What if I said the wrong thing? What if I haven't said enough? You know, because it's really scary saying my story online. And sometimes I freak out that like I've repeated myself too many times, but I haven't even told you that. I've told you the surface level, you know, but like, I feel more relieved, but I feel a lot more vulnerable because in my head, I'm like, oh no, now the trolls and the haters have a lot more ammo to shoot at me. But then I guess I have to take it back to like, you guys wouldn't know half of this stuff to use against me because if I didn't tell you, you know. But it's the really positive messages and the unconditional love that I get from you guys and from you and Zach that make me realize that like, I don't need to isolate my story anymore just because of what my head tells me and fake accounts.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel really special that, like, you guys have given your time and day to listen to my story. I really do, actually.
Yeah. I think one important thing that I really want to say is that the biggest thing that I've learned through this experience, and it's something that I knew before, but it's kind of solidified watching you tell your story, is that your story is your superpower. Like it is. You can help so many people and turn your victimhood into something that is so powerful, and it's so much bigger than what you actually experience, that it just explodes and becomes so much more beautiful than it is ugly.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Okay.
It does.
Okay. Okay. Tell us your first experience trying ice.
Yes, so grab your popcorn. My first experience, I was 17. I wasn't planning on it at all. You guys know I have addict parents. My mum was an ex-ice user, and I lost a lot of my childhood because she suffers with the disease of addiction, and I resented her for a lot of my life. I never understood why she chose drugs over me. Anyway, one day, so picture this. I've dressed up. I've got my fake ID, allegedly, and like I've got my makeup on. I've got this massive trench coat on. Anyway, and I'm with this chick, which will stay anonymous for privacy reasons. And she's like, let's go clubbing. She was a year older than me. I knew she was an ex-ice user, but she'd been 9 months clean off it. So I don't know. I just didn't think anything of it. I didn't have in my mind I'm going to use ice on this day, you know. And we're on the way to Melbourne nightclub, and we're on the tram, we're drunk as hell, and she's like, oh, I just need to pop into my mate's apartment to pick up something. I'm like, okay, cool, let's do this. Anyway, long story short, she ended up relapsing and got on the pipe, and she went off with one of the other girls in the hotel and just like was doing crackhead stuff. And I'm sitting alone on a couch like this in the hotel with like a middle-aged man drug dealer. He's probably on the other corner of that couch just looking at me. He's got various hardcore substances just laid out in front of him. And he goes, how old are you? I'm like, 17. And he goes, you're hot. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, what the fuck? Sorry, excuse my language. But, and he goes, have you ever done this before? And I was like, no. And he's like, how drunk are you? I'm like, I'm really drunk. Because I was really drunk. Anyway, and he's like, do you want a plunge of GHB? I'm like, okay. Mind you shouldn't drink with GHB. That's a recipe for overdosing. But I didn't know this. So I had a plunge. I had like, I don't know, I had a lot. I had way too much than what I was supposed to. And then he whips out a pipe and he's like, do you want some? And I was like, I don't know. I got to ask my friend that I was with. And she was like, no, like you're not having any. Like you're not doing this. I'm like, I really want to. And then she like left the apartment again. And then I ended up saying, fuck it, give me it. And like he literally fed me the pipe, and I have it on record because I thought I was a sick person recording it. I wasn't. And yeah, the scariest thing about that experience was the only thing that was going through my mind when he was lighting that pipe is fuck you, mum. And it caught me off guard because I love my mum. You guys know that. But I just said, fuck you, mum. And I didn't know I was high. And my pupils though. But like, yeah, I didn't know I was high. I was just punching a bunch of ice. I was punching GHB, and the night ended with me overdosing on GHB, and I woke up half naked in a running shower, laying in a pile of blood vomit, and nobody was in the apartment. I remember right before overdosing, I tried to call the ambulance and they took my phone off me because they were going to probably call the cops, and there was drug dealers there. And I woke up and there was nobody in the hotel room, and I was just alone. I was like, oh my gosh. Like and I literally grabbed my shit and got the fuck out of there. It was, and I was scared off from it. I was like, I'm never doing this again 2 weeks later. But I was never like, that was my first experience. I actually hated my first experience. That's hectic. The curiosity killed the cat, man. But it was just like, oh my gosh, what? And the saddest thing about that is that, like, yes, I had that girl initially say no, but after I had the first hit, she didn't care. The only thing she cared about was the fact that now she had to share her drugs. You know, that's how selfish that environment is. But yeah,
that's a lot.
wouldn't recommend.
Yeah, don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah, please don't.
Following on from that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Have you ever experienced psychosis?
Oh my gosh. Mate, yes. I'm going to tell you my first and my last experience of psychosis. First experience was my ex was driving me home back to my place. I was still a minor, 17, and we're in the car. I think this is one of the first handful of times I had ever touched ice. We'd been up for days, and I'm like, babe, why are there trolls in front of us? And he goes, and I'm only smiling because it's like, what the hell? And he looks over at me and he goes, Tiana, there's no trolls. I'm like, there's trolls and they're coming for us right now. And he's like, Tiana, there's no trolls. I'm like, then what's in front of us? And he goes, they're trees. And he looks over at me and he goes, oh my gosh, if this is the psychosis that you're getting after a handful of times of using this substance, I don't want to even know what you're going to be like in a year from now. And it was sad, like looking back at it now. And I remember I ended up going home because we had a massive fight about the trolls. And I ended up having no drugs and I ended up getting sent to the psych ward and I crashed out. It was so scary, man. Psychosis is so scary because I wasn't aware that I was in psychosis. And then my last ever experience in like psychosis was, that slip up that I had, mid 2025. I was by myself and, I was convinced that my ex was there. All these people were there and I was like banging on a car door, in the property that I was living in, thinking that there was people in it. It was weird. It was an out of body experience. And then the CAT team ended up coming and I was convinced that the cops were doing drugs. And I was like, I'm going to report you to the fucking chief or whatever. I don't know. I'm laughing so I don't cry. And yeah, I was in the psych ward and like the computers were talking to me. And the scariest thing about psychosis is being aware that you're in it, but like not knowing how to stop it. It's a real out of body experience. And I think not the only thing, but the main thing that stopped me from picking up ice again was psychosis because like I tried to end my life on it, convinced the devil's come and like cremated me, like all that kind of stuff, you know, and it's really scary and like it's altered my brain chemistry 100%.
Wow.
And sober psychosis is even scarier.
Can't say that I've ever experienced
You are lucky.
any form of psychosis, but I have heard other people's stories and that I think that alone was enough for me to never want to try hard drugs.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I have a history of schizophrenia in my family.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not even going to open that door. But that is crazy. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
By the way.
No worries.
These are some pretty hectic questions.
Yeah.
So let's give Tiana a round of applause for being
Yay.
amazing. Okay. These next questions are a little bit hectic too.
They're fine. Truth or die.
Yes, exactly. What's one thing you wish you could have said to your previous partner before he got locked up?
Honestly, you want the truth? I'm sorry. I would have said I'm sorry. But that's what I would have said at the time when he got arrested because I was really shocked when he got arrested, man. I was like, no way the cops actually pulled through and did something, you know, because I was in disbelief that my story wasn't valid. I was like, oh, this is just going to be another failed case. Anyway, but something I would say to him is just like fuck you. Like you know what you did to me.
Yeah.
Fuck you and your mom and your friends and everyone that supports you and enables you. And you know what? Go apologize to the other 10 girls before me because they all reached out to me when I spoke up about it. Like, you know what you did and this time you're going to rot in jail for it.
Yeah.
I don't care how long it takes, whatever, you're going to rot.
Yeah.
And if you don't change, man, that's on you. Like,
yeah. If it doesn't happen with you, it'll happen with the next one or the next one. It will happen eventually.
Yeah. And one more thing, the empathetic side of me would go, please, just learn. Just let me, just learn, bro. Like but it's hard when he's a sociopath and a narcissist with antisocial behavior. And it's just like, what are you doing? And stay away from me.
Yeah. I think it's hard to conceptualize as an empath that people can be that cruel and cold and they truly don't care. It's hard for us to conceptualize that we just want to rationalize with them where we're like, have you learnt now? Have you learnt your lesson? And it's like, they never will.
Yeah.
They never, ever will. And that's on them, not on us.
Not our shit to carry anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you spoken to him since then?
Since getting locked up? No, I'm not allowed to. There's a restraining order between us. Not his mother though. His mother reaches out and his mother reaches out to my mother and says all these nasty things. So if you're watching this, because you probably are, stop reaching out and go away because you're annoying. I'm saying that because it's wrong. I don't care.
yeah.
Truth or die, you know what your son did.
Yeah.
Anyway, but no, we haven't talked.
Okay.
I've thought about it, but I'm not allowed, and I'm really glad that there's an order between us because it would have damaged me. And I know I'm human for thinking, oh, maybe I can just do this or do that. But I'm not going to because I respect myself more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well said.
Wow. Sorry. Really got worked up.
What was the hardest part about getting out of that situation?
Like what? Wait, what
Out
situation?
of, like the situation with your ex.
Oh, the whole relationship.
Yeah.
The hardest thing?
The hardest part of getting out.
I didn't know a life without him. I didn't know where I was going to go. I didn't know where I was going to stay. Going back to Melbourne was never an option for me because he disintegrated into my brain that I was nothing without him and that due to my order from the police, like I couldn't leave the state, you know? So what was honestly going through my head was where am I going to live? How am I going to survive? What am I going to do? And that was the hardest thing. But I just ended up that was the hardest thing.
Yeah.
What about you?
What was the hardest part about leaving my situation? That I had to start from scratch again.
Oh, that's a big thing.
Yeah. I had started from scratch probably about 6 times since I was 18.
I really feel
And
that.
this was I left him in 2024 and I had started over so many times from 2014. So over 10 years, I'd been homeless multiple times. I had a previous baby daddy that I started over with, and then I started over again before that. Like there's been so many times where I've left and had just the clothes on my back and a couple of bags of clothes, no furniture, no nothing. And realizing that everything I had built up since moving to Cairns in 2020 to 2024, everything that I had accumulated over those years, the entire house of furniture that I had, all the kitchen stuff, all of it. I had antiques from my great grandmother that I had to leave behind because I physically couldn't fit them in my car when I ran away from my situation. That literally I had a Mazda 6 hatchback, and what I could fit in that car next to a baby car seat and in my front seat, that's what I took.
Yeah, wow.
That was literally it. I rocked up to my sister's house. I think I had like 4 bags of clothes, my cat, and Aria, and, you know, a couple of other little things. I think I had two of those plastic moving containers. Yeah. And that was it. Yeah. So starting over again was definitely the hardest part because I was like, I'm nearly 30. Yeah. And I'm starting again. Yeah, I really feel that. Yeah, that sucked. And the fact that I was homeless again. Yeah. I remember when I went, because like I went back to Melbourne with literally just like 2 suitcases and that was it. I rocked up on my mum's doorstep and even a few months after, like finding a new place to live, buying a whole new wardrobe, it was exhausting and I didn't want to do it because I was in fear that I would have to restart again. I was like, what is the point of this right now? What is my aesthetic? Who am I? Oh my gosh. That was a real fear that I had. When I left in 2020 when I left Aria's dad, my youngest, I had to start again then. That was when I packed everything up and moved to Cairns. Yeah. I didn't unpack a single box or put a single item of clothing on a hanger or in drawers for a year.
Oh, I didn't do it that long. But
It took me a year. I had furniture,
yeah.
but all my boxes stayed packed because I was so scared because I'd been homeless and started over so many times that I just didn't unpack.
I thought that was just me. It took me like 3 months to unpack my life.
It's a real fear.
Oh my gosh, guys. Anyone else? Do you guys does anyone relate to that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy.
We're all unpacked now.
Yeah. I mean, I think I've still got boxes packed in the garage.
That's so valid.
To be honest.
Yeah.
But that's just mainly because we don't really have the space
Yeah.
here. It's not a very big house that we live in.
Yeah.
But we'll move on. Do you ever lash out due to trauma? If so, how do you cope?
Yeah, look. Yeah, I do a lot. I talked about this in the last podcast, I think. Long story short, I used to cry if you flicked me, and now I bottle it up and I stutter or I shut down or I get really angry, and I hate that about myself. You know, I never used to be an angry person. I think I'm learning these days more so with my close friends than people I don't really know. Like if it's my close friends, like Chloe, I can go to and be like, look, Chloe, I need space, and she'll respect that, and vice versa. With somebody that I don't know, I get really embarrassed, but I'm quick to snap because I'm like, what do you mean? Like, are you stupid? Like, you know, I hate those behaviors because like that's like how my ex used to talk to me and stuff like that, and just like people in my past. Or I think about like smashing my head against a brick wall and watching it bleed out. And like, that's really, sorry.
I was like, what?
That is not funny, but it's just so like chest tightening, angry, like wanting to scream and yell and burn down the whole world because I cannot physically process this emotion because I don't know how to. Because I don't know who I am anymore. And then, the smashing my head against a brick wall and watching it bleed out is actually like a very frequent thing, unfortunately. But I think what's really helping me not do that these days is therapy, domestic violence therapy, and medication, you know? And I'm still learning, like I'm still kind of quick, more so to myself these days. I'm like, what are you doing, Tiana? Like, you're better than this. Like but I think the thing that I've really realized is that, like, I think I struggle to meet my own expectations because I keep on raising the bar and raising it. And then, but if I look back 6 months ago, me couldn't even identify my like role in certain situations, even say the word feelings and stuff like that. But now I can sort of, and it's just being patient and just praying that the smashing my head against a brick wall and watching it bleed out feeling goes away.
It does. I definitely remember that feeling all too well, but it was more so I want to break everything inside.
Yeah.
Like I want to throw things, smash things.
Yeah.
It was never for me personally wanting to hurt myself. It was just like I was so angry that I needed to see something else destroyed.
Yeah. Can I say one thing? I think another thing that I'm really working on, and I was talking to Zach about this in the car, is not grouping together the male gender. And I'm really sorry, and this is taking me a lot to say this, but I'm really sorry to the male gender for grouping you all together because I'm slowly learning that some guys are safe. Like I've got a really close guy friend that I built a friendship with lately, and he's a safe person for me, and I'm really grateful for that. And I'm just like learning not to go fuck men, all of you, because like that's been really isolating for myself, you know. How am I going to find a husband if I hate all men? You know, so like I'm just and not taking out my resentment against my ex on any man that walks through the door in my life.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm going to answer this question as well.
Yeah.
So I do lash out sometimes due to trauma. It's mostly quickly squashed when I communicate my feelings. So if I lash out, I have like it's all about being consciously aware that you're reacting to something else, not the actual situation that you're in, if that makes sense. So it's all about being self-aware enough to recognize that you're actually not in danger in that moment and it's okay. All you have to do is take a breath, explain yourself, communicate to the person that you've lashed out at, and just say to them, look, this actually has nothing to do with you. This is what happened, XYZ. This thing that you said or this thing that you did triggered me, and it's actually not your fault. I'm sorry. And taking accountability. Yeah. Because whilst it's not our fault that we've been traumatized, it is our responsibility to fix it. It's nobody else's problem. I know that sounds really bad, but once you start making it everybody else's problem and responsibility to tiptoe around your trauma, that's when you don't heal. So, yeah.
And that's when you become the angry person.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
We just become products of the people that made us angry, you know?
And that those people that traumatized you in that moment, when you don't take accountability, they win.
Yeah, they probably get joy out of it because they're sick and twisted in the head.
Yeah, exactly. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
All right. This is some more positive stuff now.
Okay, yay.
What is one of your current goals and where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, mate. Oh, I've been stressing about my life recently. I'm going through a quarter life crisis, and don't even call me crazy because 20, 40, 60, 80, if I live to 80, I'm 20 this year, it is a quarter life crisis. Anyway, just saying, before you come at me, no, something I really, really, really want to accomplish this year is getting my certificate for in youth work. I want to be a youth worker. I want to work with kids in care, and it's something that I know I will thrive in and succeed in. And so that's my number one goal. Obviously recovery, but that goes without saying. But like logistically, I know people are like jobs, license, all that kind of stuff. Doing my school course is my number one because that's going to set me up.
Yeah.
5 years from now, how old will I be? I'll be 25. That's weird.
Still younger than what I am now.
Oh my gosh, you're basically 50. No. 5 years from now, I don't know. I think I just want to, as cliche as it sounds, be happy, and I just want to not be living in all of this now. I'm trying to take control of and navigate my healing journey at 19 so that at 25 I'm not going through this insufferable flashbacks and PTSD, because I feel like 25, hopefully I'll be setting myself up, you know, talking about kids or looking or having a partner or maybe married because I'm a bad bitch, or just like all these things. I definitely want to travel, and yeah, I don't know, I just want to be alive and healthy, and because that's something that like I didn't think I was worthy of for a very long time. I'm trying not to fixate on the future because it literally gives me panic attacks.
And that's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, I know I sound like an old lady.
50.
You're so young. Like you are. If somebody asked me at 19, where do I see myself in 5 years? I'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what I'm doing next week.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
no, I was just going to say, it's like, I'm really, I don't really roll my eyes at, oh, you're still young. I'm still young.
Yeah.
I am young. Like I've got my whole life ahead of me.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to live life.
Yeah.
So excited.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, bring it on. I don't want to give birth though, but I'm so excited. I'm so scared for birth.
Oh man.
But yeah.
I'm not even going to get into that right now. What is something that you're proud of yourself for achieving?
You go first.
Oh, this podcast.
Yeah.
This has been something that I personally have wanted to do for years, like years. And when Zach started going on podcasts, I think it was last year, it kind of reignited that like, I want a podcast. We should do a podcast. And then we started talking about it. And I was, you know, talking to chat as you do, trying to find like a really catchy name. And we landed on Truth or Die, and the vision was born. And, you know, this podcast is very slowly becoming exactly what we envisioned, which is to talk about the things that everybody just wants to sweep under the rug.
Yeah.
And go, oh, you can't talk about that. You can't say that. It's like, why? Why not?
Yeah.
Why can't I talk about it? Like, talking about these things that nobody wants to talk about helps people.
Yeah.
It creates community. It starts a conversation that sparks change in people. And I've known for pretty much my whole life that you know, I have a higher purpose of being here. I've known that for a very long time, that I wasn't just meant to live, you know, an average mundane life, that it was meant to be big and it was meant to be loud. And this podcast has given me the platform to do that. So I'm really proud of it.
You should be.
Okay. What made you start? Wait, what?
Do I answer?
Did you answer?
No, I didn't.
Sorry. You answer. Sorry.
You're okay. I was just like, guys, I didn't know. You're okay.
You answer.
Sorry, we're still new to this.
Right.
Something I'm just really proud of is just cliche, but literally how far I've come. Like the fact that I'm still here today because like I tried to end my life a lot of times through drugs and suicide. And like I actually can't believe that I am who I am. You know, I thought I was going to be, because like I wasn't the best teenager. I was actually really cruel and I was a bully and I was just so insecure within myself. And the fact that like I am even saying that out loud to the internet is such growth for me. Like if you're watching this and you know me from high school, you will know who I used to be. And I'm not proud of that at all. But like I'm learning to be comfortable in myself and for once in my life, like I'm actually really proud of the growth.
Yeah.
I'm just proud of myself, period.
Yeah, you should be. Like I was saying at the beginning of the episode, Zach and I have both seen such a huge change in you, even since seeing you from like the beginning of December till now.
Yeah.
It's been massive. We're like, she's glowing. Like she's doing so well, and you know, she's getting to the gym, she's eating well, she's going to meetings. You can see that you're surrounding yourself with really great people, and we're so proud of you. We feel like a proud uncle and auntie.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, now
I can move on. Okay, what made you start drugs and alcohol, and what inspired you to give up?
Sorry. I shouldn't laugh. I didn't want to give up drugs. I love drugs. And like, that's just me being honest. What made me start it is curiosity, man. I just wanted to see what it was like to be drunk and high because everyone was banging on about it. My parents, my friends, you know, every social media. Sorry, excuse me. But something that made me, I didn't want to give it up. I love it. I love partying, kind of. But I had to. I had to give it up. Yeah. The last few times of me going out or me having a bag or a pipe or whatever it was that I was doing at the time, it was slow suicide. And I could only remember thinking like, I just want my life to end. And that's when I kind of knew that like, I think my time is up. It's insanity what I'm doing and I'm just going in loops.
Yeah.
You know, and I just developed this new ability and open-mindedness to live a life clean and sober, and I'm really grateful for that. And that's taken work and a program that I do and actively participate in, and like it's taken many trial and errors, many. Since I was 15, I've been aware that I'm an addict, and I'm 20 this year, so that's like 5 years.
Yeah, there's one thing that I've heard said in the rooms a bunch of times is that I love drugs and alcohol, but they don't love me.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I feel that.
Yeah. And I think, you know, as addicts, you get to a point where it's not that you don't love them, because you do. That's just the reality of it. Addicts love drugs. But once it starts to rule your life, you start to not actually like who you are when you're on them. It's not like it is the drug. It's complicated. If you're an addict, you know, it's not the drug itself that you hate. It's you hate who you are when you're on them. The
lies, the damages, the resentments, the anger, still stewing on something that happened 5 years ago from old mate. Like it's so much weight that you carry around in active addiction. And then when you get clean, it's like, oh my God, wait, I did all these things. But like, this is the part where you just kind of like, forgive yourself. It takes time.
And acceptance.
I'm still learning all of these things. Yeah. Wait. Guess who's 9 months today, guys? Guess who's 9 months off all alcohol and drugs?
At time of recording this.
Yeah. Me. Robyn. Yay! W's in the chat. Anyway, just had to say that.
Thanks, T.
No worries.
I still feel so weird being celebrated for it. Do you ever get that?
Oh, 100%.
When I'm like, but I shouldn't have been doing it anyway. Like, I don't feel like I should be celebrated. But if you're watching this and you are, you know, X amount of time clean, or you've, you know, even if it's just for today, like congrats, because it is huge and it is massive and it is really hard. And if it was easy, everyone would do it.
Yeah, facts.
So
congrats.
Claps for you. Okay. Next question.
Yep.
Did your ex ever admit to knowing what he did was wrong?
Sorry, my smile just wiped.
I'm sorry if you're the person who asked this question, but I had to ask Tiana.
No, it's okay. I think I remember seeing it in my box, actually. What do you mean? Like the abuse, dating a minor, like all these things. So he used to literally say to me, he used to take out his anger on me for the fact that I was a minor and he was dating me. I'm like, how is this my fault? He's like, it's your fault that I love you. Like, rah, 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 rah. I'm like, I don't understand right now. Like you're making me feel bad for loving me. Like it's a punishment to love me, you know? And it's a really weird situation. So basically he's never admitted to like strangling me and all that kind of stuff. But he's gone, I know I've lashed out, but it's your fault. Or I tried to leave and you didn't let me leave. And it's like, and I'm not going to lie, there was like one incident where I sat in front of the door crying my eyes out and I was like, I don't understand what you're doing. Like, please communicate with me right now so that I can do better. I don't know why I was saying this, and then like he flipped that around and was like, well, you didn't let me leave the room. So that's why I had to like literally grab you and throw you across. I'm like, well, you didn't have to. Like, it was just like, but he never admitted it and he never will. Because he's a narcissist. Yeah. Even while he's locked up in a freaking jail cell, he won't.
Yeah. No.
It's weird, but that sucks.
Thanks for that question.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, they never do. They never will. Not in this universe or the next. This is the last question.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. If you saw him in the streets.
I know.
Would you go up to him? Hit him with your car. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. 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 Sorry, I'm so sorry. Yeah. 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 You know what? This is him, allegedly, hypothetically. I'd just be like, so imagine this is GG, by the way, but right now it's my ex.
Oh my God.
I would. You know what? I would. Yeah. I would. And I'd be like, I don't even know. I'd be like, you know what you done. Why? I don't understand. I actually don't understand. Like do you regret it? So many questions, so many what ifs, you know? And I feel like I have a feeling he's going to be one of those people where like he's never going to come across my path again. You know how there's some people where you just have never seen again? I have a feeling he's going to be one of them. And I'm kind of at peace with that. And part of me is like, oh, I don't know how to feel about that, but I know it's for the best. But yeah, if this was him, I'd be like, oh, mate, you and your mum need to go away.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Actually, no, I'm not.
You know what? I'm just going to say this. I'm actually genuinely so shocked, but also not shocked, but shocked that after the first episode came out, no one, not a single person that he had collaborated with, gone on their podcast, been in contact with friends, anything, no one came to his defense. I'm shocked that there was no
that
one.
Is
that
so true.
Not a single person.
That is so true. I didn't even think of it like that.
Because they knew.
Yep.
And this is just my 2 cents. It really pissed me off. And this is half the reason why I reached out to Tiana and I was like, you need to come on my podcast because we got to tell the truth about what really happened. I know I've met him and the first and only time I met him, I was like, you are bad vibes. Like I can feel the vibes from across the room and I do not like them. So I knew that Tiana was telling the truth from the moment I heard her story.
Yeah.
And then when I saw him getting on other people's podcasts and trying to spin his own version, I was just like, yeah. And all of these people who I expected to come out and to defend him didn't, because they had him on for clicks because it was trending at the time, and it just made me so viscerally angry.
Yeah. That's gross.
The fact that not a single one of them has come out and defended him speaks volumes. So do with that information what you will.
I didn't even think of it like that.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. That's okay. I'm blocked by the people that he went on the podcast by, so I feel like that says volume as well.
Yeah.
Just saying, but you know what? I don't even know. You guys have seen the difference. So I feel like this episode compared to last episode, we're at two different volumes here, you know? I don't really care though.
Yeah.
I don't, because I feel like, and you're right, actually, there has been a little bit of growth. I think me now, I'm kind of learning to laugh at some situations and like not take it as heavy-hearted because I'm healing.
Yeah.
That panic attack I had yesterday has been a weight off my shoulders somehow. I feel like, woo.
Yeah. Like I was saying to you earlier when you were telling me about it, like, you know, when you return to places, sometimes you don't consciously feel triggered, but your nervous system and your body can feel triggered, and I feel like it manifested into that panic attack, which is at least you know now if it happens again what it is, so that you don't think that you're
they're so scary though. They're really scary.
Yeah.
No, I'm just really grateful that I've been able to come back to Queensland and actually create really good memories in a place that I thought was going to haunt me forever, because it's not. And I've had a really good time up here this time. You know, and first thing I did was text Robyn. I was like, Robyn, guess what? I'm coming back.
I was like, yes.
So yeah, no, I've been really grateful, and it does get better. And getting clean has helped me majorly.
Yeah,
majorly. Yeah.
So that's the end of the questions.
Yeah,
but is there any words of wisdom for anyone who's watching that is in a DV relationship that wants to leave, or anyone who wants to get clean and sober? Is there anything that you could summarize and say to them right now?
Kind of. I really get put on the spot when people ask me for DV advice because I don't know. I'm still learning. So I apologize if you've reached out to me and I haven't replied to you. I swear it's not because I don't like what you said or whatever. It's more so I don't know, unfortunately, you know?
If you have no one to talk to, like, I 100% will reply to you. I've been in many situations and I've done a lot of growth and healing over the years and a lot of research on what actually, you know, different types of abuse are and how to deal with them.
Yeah.
So if you want to reach out to me, like, I'm so open to helping people.
Yeah.
But anyways, continue.
And just with getting clean, invest in a 12-step program. If you don't know what I'm talking about, give it a Google. It saved my life. And just remembering more that I'm worth more than the drugs that I'm putting into my body. I want a better life, and I don't want to carry the generational trauma and drug abuse that has been before me and my time. And I want to tackle it now instead of 10 years from now when I have kids, a mortgage, and a life that's at risk.
Yeah.
I'm worth so much more than what I've come from, and I'm not the product. I may be a product of the environment that I came from currently, but I don't want to be 5 years from now. Badass bitch.
Well, that comes to the end of our episode. I want to thank you so much for coming back. I'm actually, when you texted me, I was like, yay, I get to see Tiana again. But like I've said about 50 times, like, we're so proud of you. And
thank you.
We're happy to have you absolutely, literally any time, whether it's to talk about just the most random stuff. We'll be happy to have you every single time.
No, thank you. Thank you for having me.
If you have watched this whole video, please make sure you like, make sure you're subscribing, leave a comment. And if you are someone who has been dealing with something like this, please reach out to one of us or both of us or whoever, and we'll be happy to help you, or at least point you in the right direction of who you can talk to and contact. But we love you so much, and thank you so much for watching.
Bye, guys.
Bye.